Hello, friends.
Oh, we're doing this again.
It's time for the spectacular.
Oh, I'm excited.
A jumbo series of live shows.
Cool.
With guests whom you all know.
We sure do.
We got all you need in the TVCo app, which is free. We're talking everyday life with BB alums, old school, new school. It's all epic fun.
Fun.
So let's get started, friends, because us three got a lot to discuss.
We do.
It's time to enjoy the show.
It is.
Let's see who'll be joining us.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Guess who's enjoying the intro?
Hooray!
It's me, and I'm sorry, Nicole, I tried for you, but we got guests. We gotta start the show. Go, Nicole, start the show. Start it now.
Fine.
Hello, Nicole. Hello.
Hello, Eric. Hello. How are you today?
I am doing so great. We apologize for starting late, everyone. I lost power literally at 5:59, and then
Your fault
luckily
this time.
that was really my fault. But I'm here, and how could you guys have the show without me? And if you love me, and you're clearly here for me, I'm kidding. You guys know the deal. Make sure you follow everywhere: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and of course, in the Hello Friends community in the free TVCo app, which is a great way for you guys to be part of these shows. All the interactive features come from the stuff that you guys do in the app. So make sure that you check that out. Of course, sharing is caring. Share the show live. Let everybody know that we are live now, or when you watch it later, when you're done in the future. Maybe you know someone who will love this show. So share it with them. And of course, if you are having trouble finding our social medias, you can find mine, Nicole's, the podcast, our schedule, and more over at hellofriendspod.com on the Find Us Live tab.
Yes.
That being said, Nicole,
Yes, Eric.
I know that you are so excited for this show.
I'm extremely excited. I'm like shaking. I'm so excited.
I'm not going to take it away from you, Nicole. I'm going to let you do the intro.
All right. Our friends, we have a tremendous guest today. You know, Eric and I love music. I'm a huge fan of Home Free. So yes, today may be National Pizza Day, but forget the pizza. I hope you ordered the fries, home fries, that is. It is the one, the only Adam Chance.
Welcome,
hey guys.
Adam.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm doing great, although I didn't know it was National Pizza Day.
Yes, I just found this out. My sisters came home from work. They announced the news and we ordered pizza.
Well, I would say I'm number 2 to pizza, but I appreciate the sentiment. So,
no, you're number 1, then pizza. It goes Adam, then pizza.
but I will be having pizza later for sure.
Nice.
I should have said that I was late because I was warming up. I was under the impression that we were singing this whole show.
That is not happening. It's not in the contract. Sorry.
All right.
We had it prepped too, right, Eric? We had like the
Yes.
Y'all can sing to me. Feel free. I would love.
You don't want that.
You do not. Eric and we're not singers. We are also not necessarily sports people, but we did want to begin by asking you, of course, Sunday was the Super Bowl. Did you watch?
I did. I am a huge sports fan, or at least when it comes to American football, and I like soccer. So I haven't missed a Super Bowl. I was just talking about this earlier today. Since 1996, I've watched every single one of them.
Oh my gosh.
And it's funny.
Who were you rooting for of the two?
I was rooting for, it was tough for me this year. I was rooting for Kansas City because I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, but
we're getting along already.
I know I'm not, going to get into it too much, but I'm happy for the Bucks. I'm happy that it worked out for them because I kind of like their team too. I was actually watching with our neighbors and my fiance and everybody that was watching with me. I think I was the only football fan, but everybody had a good time. That's what the Super Bowl is all about, I think.
Absolutely. I'm more of a watch it for. I don't like football, but I watch it for the intensity of the game because it's the one time a year I actually comprehend football. And then otherwise, commercials and halftime. That's what I'm waiting for the whole entire time.
Yeah. I mean, in the commercials, even for a football fan, the commercials and the halftime show were the only entertaining thing, I think, this year for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, it was either that or scream at like flags that were being thrown every 2 seconds.
Oh yeah,
So,
I did do that for sure.
and now, what about the commercials? What were your thoughts on a lot of those?
I really enjoyed the Will Ferrell bit that happened. That's the only one that stands out in my mind right now.
Oh, the
feel like-
the Norway, like traveling.
Yeah,
to
I thought that
Norway.
was kind of funny, but I missed a lot of them this year. We also dealt with technical difficulties. We couldn't get the game on until like
Oh.
it went dead on us a couple of times, but I might have missed some good ones.
Oh, I can tell you, Mountain Dew was amazing because it was Mountain Dew. I have no idea what happened, but I saw soda, so I was excited. And then, the whole, what was it, Bud Light, where like 2020 was a rainstorm of lemons. So this year, let's take the lemons and make lemonade. I thought that was very cute.
I did see that. I like that one. Yeah.
And then, also, I know Eric had a lot of opinions about this, but the halftime show.
Oh my God.
Yes. What do you think about it?
Go ahead, Eric.
I think that our entertainers are not appreciated enough. And while some people might have thought that it wasn't Super Bowl caliber of a
Sure.
performance that we're used to, probably COVID had something to do with that.
For sure. Oh yeah, I don't think there should be any criticism for the grandiosity of it, I guess. I thought it was
Yeah.
great.
I thought he did a tremendous job. And what I just found out, because I know like the whole like bandages on their face, that's kind of like the Weeknd's like aesthetic lately.
Yeah.
But they also said they did that on purpose so they would double as masks. So that was
Yeah,
very
I did appreciate that. That was good to see, especially in Florida. So, which is where I was born.
Yes, I mean, perfect transition. I see a lot of people in our TVCO Hello Friends community have been asking about your background and
Mhm.
how you came into music and how you discovered that like singing was something you wanted to do. I want to hear you, talk a little bit about that.
I always loved music. I remember having cassette tapes. I'm going to show my age by saying that as a kid, and just the face that you just made.
Oh no, I'm right there with you.
Okay.
Yes, I vividly would record songs off the radio. I think as
Yep.
we all did with our stereo cassette players.
Yeah, where you're waiting for the one song to come on and you catch the DJ's voice at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we would have to press record and play at the same time. Nicole, you can just press the record. You'd be like, play, record, and there were like the two little buttons, and your thumbs could never fit. Could you imagine having to live that way?
I had the little one from Toy Story. It was like a toy one, and you put like those cassettes. Yeah, the little cassettes in it. And you would play it, and it would play the song. Right? That's a cassette.
Yeah, I mean, like a little tape.
Yeah. And then
Sure.
So,
do the wind thumb. I don't know. I forget.
like if the tape actually came out. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was an old trick. I grew up, with when I was really young with like Disney cassettes and stuff, and I would always sing to those. So I loved music from an early age. So the first opportunity that I got in 6th grade, to do anything music related, I joined the band and I played saxophone.
Oh
And
wow.
And that took me through college, but along the way in high school, I taught myself guitar, mostly as a vessel for because I eventually wanted to sing and play and write songs.
Mhm.
And then I had this terrible high school rock band. Like just none of us could. We were all like beginner instrumentalists, and like none of us were that great at the time. And we had a singer who stopped showing up for rehearsals, and then the rest of the band was like, why don't you try it? And that was the beginning of me as a singer. And then I got into college, and I was just talking about this today with my fiance. There's so many little things that led to me being where I am today that if they didn't go that way, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be with Home Free. And one of those things was when I got to college, I went to the University of Alabama. I happened to go out on the day that the various organizations and clubs were kind of recruiting, and the chorus line, which I was a music major at the time, the chorus line was out there looking for male singers because they didn't have enough lower voices. So I tried it out, and that is the thing that eventually led to me being here. If I had not done that day, I wouldn't be where I am in my music career. It's a crazy turn of events, but yeah, it was
so crazy.
ever growing interest from my childhood. Always loved music.
I think that that is a great quality for a singer to have. It also apparently helps if you understand notes. I'm told often that I'm tone deaf. I don't understand when you people are like do re mi fa so, like, and everyone's like, can't you hear the difference? And I'm like, hear the difference in what exactly?
You know, they say everybody can sing, and I do believe that, but I think for some it's a little more difficult than others, and for some it's a little easier than others.
Yeah, like everybody
So there's still
can
hope,
sing,
though.
but not everybody can sing.
Right,
know?
right.
Right. It's like anybody can cook. You just might burn the house down while you're trying to start the stove.
That's a fair comparison, I guess.
I've been told my voice burns down people's houses, is what I'd say.
Do you karaoke? That's the question. Do you like to go
No,
karaoke?
because I care about people.
See,
He
but
will
those are
not
the kind of people I want to hear sing karaoke, though.
Right?
Oh.
I've never been to
just go for it.
karaoke. I think it'd be very interesting. Us not having the best voices. I think it's more entertaining, you know?
I think so. I don't know how much I enjoy singing, because I'll go to a concert if I want to hear someone, put on a show. I
Yeah.
enjoy just having a good time at a karaoke bar.
So when you go to karaoke, you're rooting for the bad singers.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this. I don't know how I feel about this, Nicole.
That's good. That means they're on your side, Eric.
Yeah, I got your back.
All right.
When it happens, when we're eventually
And when you're laughing, that's with me.
right. Of course.
Right. Okay.
No, there won't be any laughing. I'll just be cheering you on.
Just to be clear, I don't have a problem singing. I sing everything. See, I think in another life I was a singer, because I literally go through my day and I have to sing everything to myself, and because I think it helps me remember. But ever since I was 16 and had my working papers in a restaurant, and I would be like, gotta bring the water to the table, bringing the water right now. And people are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. Isn't that what everyone does? You sing what you're doing. It's like, I think I'm in a Disney musical.
That's what my fiance does all day long. Same exact thing.
I think really smart people do that. So
okay, she would agree with you on that. I can speak for her.
Well, perfect. I'm sorry, Nicole. I didn't mean to cut you
Darn it. No, I'm trying to think where I fall on that spectrum. I don't think I sing my daily routine. I sing in my head. I don't know if that counts toward anything. But Adam, I want to ask, do you sing karaoke? Like, how does that work? Do you go up there and just sing very phenomenally? Or do you go up there and kind of like purposely sing bad? Or do you not do karaoke?
I have only done it a handful of times. I've been a ton of times, but I've only actually gotten on stage a handful of times, and every one of those was doing a song that either I couldn't do justice,
oh no,
or I was in no state to sing in the first place.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
And I just go for it. And I've done a couple of like duets with friends who were there, like me and my old bandmate would get up sometimes and do I Swear by All For One.
Nice. That's a
and
good one.
just go for it. Yeah. And not worry about how good it is,
Mm-hmm. Now, what about solo? What's like the go-to solo song? Mine's Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think back to the ones that I've done. I did 500 Miles. I think that might have been the first karaoke song I ever did, the Proclaimers song. I Would Walk 500 Miles.
Nice.
Because it's a little quirky and out there and goofy and fun,
And
I
how
love
old
that.
when you did it?
How old was I? I was probably in my late 20s, to be honest, or mid 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not too long ago, but it was the first time I'd ever done it.
But you're still in your late 20s, so I mean.
Right. We'll say that.
So what I do want to ask you about, because I have so many questions here from our Hello Friends community about your journey into like home free and whatnot. So I know you are, for lack of a better word, I don't like saying it this way, but the newest member, like the latest member. How was that like joining them? How'd that come about, and how was that experience?
The funny part about how I ended up in the group, it started because I'd gone to college with this guy that I was more of an acquaintance at college. Hadn't talked to him in 3 years, and this was around 2009. And he asked me if I wanted to sing a cappella. Just out of the blue, he messaged me to say, "Hey, we've got this a cappella opportunity. Do you want to be a part of it?" And I said, "No, I've never done that before. Don't want to do that." And he's like, "Well, just so you know, it's going to be on national TV." And I was immediately like, "Yep, I'll do that. That sounds like a fun story to tell." And that weekend, I was still working as a waiter while I was going to college, finishing up college. So that weekend I had to call in sick. Sorry, Cracker Barrel, if you're just finding this out. But I went up to Nashville from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, met these guys that I went on the sing-off on NBC with, and that I thought was just going to be a fun story, and I'd go back to whatever back at home, and it's been my career ever since. So fast forward a few years, I was professionally touring with that group, and we met home free after they had done the sing-off, and they were fresh off the show, and we opened for them on a leg of the tour that they were on, and I became instant friends with Tim and eventually the other guys. So when the time came that the founding member Chris was, moving on to do some other stuff, they called me, and it was an easy choice. It was a perfect time for me to say yes, because Street Corner was kind of taking a lot of time off to work on other projects and stuff. So
I didn't know that. I didn't know you had opened for them.
Yeah. So I was on the show a few years before on season 2, and were they season 4, which was actually 3 years later because there was a year off. They asked groups from the prior seasons to be the openers in their kind of regions. So when they came towards Nashville, which is where I was at the time, we opened a handful of those shows.
That's really cool. When I first discovered Home Free, my family and I love Kenny Rogers, and we would see him whenever he would come to Long Island. He'd go to the NYCB Theater at Westbury all the time, and we would go there every winter for his Christmas show. And the one year he's like, I collaborated with this group. I want you guys to see this music video. You guys are gonna love it. He played it, and the rest is history. It was instant. I'm obsessed with these guys forever. And I don't know. I just, regardless who the members are, whatever. You guys are just so talented, and just I was listening to you all day today in the hopes that that would get rid of my fangirldom. I was hoping I'd get it out of my system, but it actually made me even more nervous and excited, just in the sense of damn, that's a hell of a journey and a hell of a story and a hell of a talent to be able to share with everybody. And I don't know, it's incredible.
Thank you so much. And recently we just finished doing our very first Christmas special, which was pay-per-view, and hopefully, we'll release it again this year. But since Kenny passed last year, we had him on the special. So when we got to the last verse of the song, Children Go, we had him pop up on the video screen singing his verse, which was a super special moment.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to meet Kenny because that was right before me, but from everything that I've heard, he was just the nicest guy in the world too.
Man. Oh my gosh. I know. Oh God. It makes me emotional because like I said, my family would go see him every year. So I can't believe he's passed. And speaking of incredible people that, Home Free has worked with, you guys just worked, and I can't get past this, with Don McLean on Eric and Nicole. How was that experience? Is that, do you how does it work? Fan guy? Do you freak out meeting him?
I mean, not so much. I think it's just my personality type. I'm pretty low key, so I've never really been that type. And maybe because we're in the music world, I mean, it's an honor. Don't get me wrong, to work with these people. It's surreal, and I'm blown away every time. But I don't know if I fangirl or fanboy or however you want to say it. But I mean, it does kind of stink under different circumstances. We all would have been working together, maybe in the same room, but this time around it was almost all remote. So I didn't get to meet Don, although we did do a Zoom call with him and his team yesterday. So we got to passed along some thank yous, and it was a nice little experience. And Don was a fun guy to talk to, and a great person to work with. He's already excited about maybe potential future collaborations, and he's been so stoked about the love that our fans have given for the song, and likewise we are for the support that all the people that have always loved that song have given to us. Because that's kind of scary when you take such a classic song that is so iconic and to put your own spin on it a little bit. You worry about that.
For you guys,
legitimate fear.
You've done it so well. It's
Thank
your
you.
own style, but it has Don in it, and oh gosh, I'm obsessed with it. I must have listened to it like a million times already.
Thank you, and listen to it a million more. That'll be good.
Available now on Spotify.
There you go. Yeah, that was one of the more surreal moments of my career so far, and that's saying a lot because there've been quite a few great moments.
Yeah, that.
Eric, do you? Or no?
What?
Oh, I thought you were asking me something. That was weird. Speaking of which, all of your songs, I am a huge fan of Country Roads. I'm a huge fan of Try Everything, just all of them. We have a bunch of people in the community that were asking you, about Melville was asking, for instance, what's your favorite song to perform, or which one's your favorite music video that you filmed? I want to hear you discuss over those.
So we do a lot of Q&As when we go out on the road, and those are very common questions, even for our fans. They want to know what our favorite thing is to sing every night and our favorite video. And the favorite thing to sing every night, that's a tough one. It's ever changing because it could depend on the crowd, because some nights we'll do a song that the night before it was a different song that really got the crowd moving. It depends on where you go, and then a crowd might surprise you and give you an ovation for a song you didn't expect. But on top of that, we sing some of the stuff so much that it's also fun to bring in anything new. Mm-hmm. So those kind of factors change. I will say the stuff like Elvira and Ring of Fire that just always gets a rise out of the crowd will always and forever be fun to sing. And people are also always curious if we ever get tired of singing them. But I think after a while, you get into autopilot mode, and you're not thinking about the singing anymore. You're thinking about like the crowd, or even like what you're going to eat after the show, that kind of stuff. But as far as favorite music videos go, we did one in the Austrian Alps. We did How Great Thou Art in the Austrian Alps, and that was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. So that one is up there. But I also just enjoy anywhere the directors say, here's a beer, you sit there, sing, and just have a good time. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite videos.
I bet. Well, I thought it would be fun if we pulled everyone watching now, no matter where you guys are watching, you can go ahead and vote along with the poll of which of these home free songs is your favorite. So if you like Die a Happy Man, you're going to want to do #1. If yours is My Church, #2. If it's Can't Stop the Feel, it'd be number 3. Oh, I'm having trouble with this. And number 4, American Pie with Don McLean. So you guys can start putting in your votes of what your favorite song is. I don't know if this will help you. Maybe if this will help you guys to get a real-time view from the audience of what people are thinking. But go ahead, Nicole.
Yeah, I was going to say, for those wondering why those were the 4 selected, I picked them. No, I had myself and my sisters each pick a choice, and then we did your newest song because I was having a very hard time trying to figure out which songs we were going to do. So I was like, you know what? Each sister picks one. So I picked Die a Happy Man. My one sister said My Church. My other sister said Can't Stop the Feeling. And I was like, there's your choices. And that's how we narrowed it. Otherwise, this poll would have been about like 50 songs long.
Yeah,
exactly.
I totally understand that. We release a lot of music. It's pretty much a nonstop stream of new music from us. So nice choices. I appreciate those choices.
Well, it is looking like American Pie and Can't Stop the Feeling seem to be tied, and people they can change their votes live. So now I feel like people are trying to manipulate those end votes. So I'm going to go with it was American Pie. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in and say I'm calling it on They Love an American Pie. Now, do you know that song, Nicole?
Of course I know that song. Interesting story, and this is kind of morbid, but interesting story behind that song. Obviously, I know who it's written about, but for me, it has a lot of meaning in regard to Davy Jones of the Monkees, because the day that he had passed, my mom and I were driving in the car, and that song came on the radio. So I associate that very much with, the death of Davy, which to me was the day the music died. So I don't know, that song just means a lot to me. So when you guys covered it, I was like, oh my gosh, double the amazingness.
Well, for me too, you probably haven't heard this story, but my favorite country singer is Waylon Jennings. I grew up listening to Waylon Jennings. He's still one of my favorite voices ever in that genre. But he was the bass player in Buddy Holly's band. And I don't remember which of the three guys offered him a seat on that flight that day to get to the next city, but he passed it up. And I know that was like something that he lived with the rest of his life. That's a crazy story, but I, love Waylon Jennings, and it's an interesting story to hear him tell.
Absolutely.
Do you know Waylon Jennings, Nicole?
I do not. I did not know. I did not know him.
You know Willie Nelson, though.
I do know Willie Nelson, of course.
He and Willie were like best buds. They did a lot of stuff together.
I was going to say you've definitely heard the Good-Hearted Woman song, Nicole. She's a good-hearted woman in love with... You know the song. You know Waylon Jennings is my point.
So, Eric, is that our karaoke track that we're going with when we get out there?
Yes, if we have to.
He's not sold. He's not sold.
I'm not sold.
All right, we'll keep searching. We'll keep searching.
I'm going to agree to go to karaoke with you simply because I can't believe Nicole's head isn't exploding more. I just do it for the reaction. She's been trying to get me to go to karaoke for a year, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Well, it sounds like a win for everybody, I think.
Well, if you guys go, I'm coming with you, right?
Sure.
I think so.
Yeah, no, totally. We'll call you.
We need to think of one of those songs. It's like three people. We have to do like a
sure,
like a Dixie chick something.
I don't even know if it's the weather, everything going on around here, it seems like lately. But honestly, for 1 second ago, when you, Nicole, just said, when you guys did that song, I had to check myself for 1 second and be like, God, we did do. Oh, I'm not in this band. I'm not in this band. I don't know what's going on today.
Honorary member.
Honorary member. I'll do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, speaking of like all the songs and the artists and whatnot, who is somebody that you would love to, collaborate with Hello? Oh my God, Hello. I just said Hello Free. Home Free, not Hello Friends. Home Free. Who's somebody that you guys would love to collaborate that you haven't with yet?
There's a huge list. Anybody kind of in the industry now, like we just admire so many people working in country music. But for me personally, I mean, Willie Nelson is high on that list just because I love Willie and his music. But outside the genre, Huey Lewis. I love Huey Lewis. I've always loved Huey Lewis in the News. I love his voice. He's one of my all-time favorite voices. So that would be my pick, I think.
Love that. I like that. I want to see like some Dolly.
Oh, we would absolutely, in a heartbeat, do a collaboration with Dolly. Dolly's like the queen.
Oh, she's the best. I mean, I never met her, but they say she's like the nicest person that you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to meet her yet, and hopefully one day we will, but I've only heard great things.
I want to go to Dollywood so bad. It's one place that I need to go to 100%. Or I do also love a Dolly. I love a Dolly slot machine is what I was going to say.
Of course.
Who doesn't love a Dolly slot machine? Wait a minute. Do you like so you like slot machines too?
No, actually, I'm not a gambler, but okay. If I were to stop at any, it would be the Dolly.
Okay. I was just sometimes I get excited when people come along and say we like slot machines. It makes me excited.
Sorry to get your hopes up.
Because Nicole doesn't.
Oh, it's an actual slot machine. Oh, I thought it was like a euphemism for something. I don't know what you guys are talking. You're both
the
saying you
band's
like
talking. Nicole, the band's talking. So, no, I think that I would love to see you guys. Honestly, we just had Todrick on. Todrick Hall.
Crossover.
Imagine if you introduced like a Todrick Hall beat in there.
Okay. We'll
Like,
consider that. Yeah. I'm open to collab with just about anybody. So why not?
That. I love it. I'm here for all of it.
Y'all are out on the East Coast, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're currently getting pummeled by snow, and it's just been bad.
Been seeing that all over. Yeah.
It was nice at first. You have the first snowfall comes, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is so beautiful! It's so fluffy. I love this. I want to go play in the snow." And then it's like, "Okay, novelty's worn off. Just melt, go away, stop coming back for a third, fourth, fifth time."
See, I grew up in subtropical Gulf Coast humidity, where snowfall is something you only see in Christmas movies, and it happened only a couple times growing up. So I didn't see snow fully until I was in my 20s.
Really?
But now we tour constantly in the winter. And, a lot of our shows in the winter are in like Fargo and Minneapolis and Canada. And I've seen my share, and I will never get used to it. For me, I enjoy it as something on TV. It's beautiful. But
it's fun to watch through your window, but when you gotta go out and shovel it, then it's like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've never had to do that.
What has been your favorite place to tour? Like favorite city?
Fortunately enough, we've built a great fan base in Europe. And our last show was in Prague in a European tour that got cut short. And that is coming up on a year. So some of my favorite places to go over there, Amsterdam, Prague is a beautiful city as well. But honestly, some of our favorite towns show-wise to tour in here are Denver, Portland, and Seattle. For some reason, the crowds there are just crazy and wild. But anywhere with good food is going to be, as far as like the place that we're visiting, if there's food, I'm in.
So you ever come to Long Island?
Yeah, it's been a little while, but the closest we've been in that area. I mean, we did Manhattan last year, and we've done Jersey a few times, but
oh no, that's too far.
I figured
Jersey's far. We're like, really like the island. So you got to come to like Jones Beach, and then we'll get pizza and bagels. That's like they're really good out here.
I'm in. Yeah, we'll keep spreading the word. Yeah, exactly. But let's make that happen, and I'm sure at some point we'll get out there.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know where. I guess Jones Beach. I'm trying to think like where would people perform on Long Island? Does Jones Beach still do that?
Yeah, they always do like the country mega tickets every year.
Okay. But we didn't because of COVID last year.
Yeah, but we're not speaking of past bad times. We're speaking.
Yeah. I was just trying to think. I mean, I guess we have like Madison Square Garden, but that's more the city.
That's too far. No, yeah. I need Long Island. I need right here.
Nicole doesn't want to go far.
Well, yeah, that's fair. We'll keep spreading the word. We'll get out there.
All right.
Thank you. I'm on it.
I know you had a question, Nicole.
Yes. Okay. So you guys are going to make fun of me. So I know that Home Free is typically, it's an a cappella group. So there's no instruments, but here's the thing. I want to join it and I can't sing. So we have to think of a way that I can contribute to the band without my vocals. Okay. And so we came up with a meter for the Hello Friends community to help us out with. And it's whether or not I can join you guys with, a triangle. It's like, ding.
That was going to be my first suggestion.
or a cowbell. Everything could use more cowbell. So right now in the chats, wherever you guys are in the chats, you can type triangle or cowbell to see what I should contribute to Home Free. So when you come to Long Island, you're at Jones Beach, you need that little extra oomph, that little extra Long Island, like, there I am on stage, just like, ting.
We'll have you come out at the encore for the final note. and you walk
Oh,
out on
that's it.
stage right at the end.
Oh, I like that. Or yeah, we set the triangle. Can you set like the sound it makes? I guess it depends on the metal, but and then your opening note. I'm just like, bing, and
You
I
set
walk.
the pitch for the song.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Perfect.
I like this.
Well,
So
I don't think that it's the audience, in a shocking twist of events, not giving Nicole exactly what she wants. Cowbell is winning.
all right, so we need more cowbells. So I was like,
Perfect.
Right. I love it. I locked it. I locked it in at cowbell. It seemed like cowbell was fighting over there, and I knew everyone was going to change back to triangle. So
there's
I locked it.
There's a lot of talk with the band, like that this is the final lineup. We want to stay with this lineup forever, but I think you might have just changed our minds on that.
Okay.
yes, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. I knew today was the day. But speaking of fun and games, we have a Tarja in the Hello Friends community that has a game for you. And I was like, this is actually really, really clever. I like this idea a lot. She wants you to describe the following things with like 1 or 2 or 3 words. So whether it be just like an adjective or a sentence that describes it. So she asked, how would you describe your band? Or your group, rather.
Sure. Country, goofy, and whimsical, I guess, maybe.
Well, like
maybe because we don't take ourselves too seriously, and you never know what's going to happen. So
I love that. And now the next question is bandmates. So we're going to go down the line. Austin.
Let's see. Talkative, virtuoso, and country again, just because he is maybe the most country of us all.
Talkative country. Rob.
Huggable.
I knew it. I knew it.
Funny. And we'll just say sweet, because he's like such a sweet guy.
Oh, he's sweet, funny, and he hugs. Love him.
Rob Blancos is everything you'd ever expect him to be, and more.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What about Tim?
Yeah. Tim. This is tough. I know Tim the best of anyone, but that is what makes it tougher.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll steal one from the Fries. Sultry.
Oh,
that's their word, not mine. But I say it's fitting. Bassy, obviously. Hungry.
Hungry.
Yeah, he's the biggest foodie of us all.
Gotcha.
He's always thinking about food.
Nice. So that's probably Eric's favorite right there. And other Adam.
Adam Rupp. Nerdy, which I mean that in a good way. Quiet, doesn't talk much, and aloof.
Interesting. So it takes all kinds. I love that.
Oh yeah, no two of us are really too much alike, but not so different that it doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then I added to this game because I'm like, now I want to know, what about yourself? How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
I'd also say nerdy.
Nice. Glasses.
Laid back. I mean, if you hyphenate it, I guess that works, right? And I don't know. This is the toughest of all. So far, Eric, you give me the 3rd word. What would you say about me in your limited experience with me? What's the 3rd word?
I want to say like. I want to say
he's getting a southern accent and everything.
I did, because it's like I feel that people hear country and they think of a thing that is not maybe how I mean it when I say country. Like, I mean, I feel like you're one of the people, you're genuine.
Sure. So you mean good old boy and not like backwoods, like.
Right.
Sure. I'll take that.
Right.
But both might apply at times,
I know. I don't know that I'm supposed to be a New Yorker. I don't talk like Nicole. I always say I spent my summers all the time in the South, and I think that it, like, formed who I am as an adult. And then I come back. Then I've obviously been here for forever after. As long as I've been an adult, but. Yeah. Sometimes Nicole says dog and bowl, and I don't get it.
We only live like 10, 15, 20 minutes apart, Adam, but yet I don't know why he doesn't have an accent, and I have like this horrendous...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But I do have a question, Nicole. Mm-hmm. I do have a question from the people watching live, from Maximus' mom, and she wants to know, Adam, do you TikTok?
That is a funny question because I just said today or yesterday that I need to get more into my TikTok account. I have a TikTok account and I don't think I've touched it in like 4 months, but my goal is to like nurture that a little more and use it a little more because I've got the time.
Okay. Nicole Morales says, do you get time to sightsee when you're on tour?
Yes and no. Typically, our touring schedule under normal circumstances is pretty nonstop, but usually the normal day for us is pretty free until about 4 or 5 o'clock. So we do get a chance to go out, but it's limited unless we have a day off in a town, which sometimes happens too. So we will do what we can under the circumstances. So yes.
Right. Okay, I love that. And I'm sure that Nicole loves it as well. It's not really this, Nicole. You will find a lot of people will have, they like to take Nicole's name.
Like Nicole.
They like to be Nicole. Like Nicole fan of Eric. That's my favorite. Well, I mean, their name is really just Nicole fan, and then I added at the end of Eric.
We love them. We love them all.
It's important.
Because watch this transition here. All of our fans, their hobby is watching us and they enjoy it. So Adam, I know one of your hobbies, but bam, is your podcast. I'm going to say it wrong. Roguery
Galactic.
Yeah.
See, that's where the nerdy comes in. Oh yeah. I am. Star Wars is like, outside of music, my biggest obsession.
Really?
Oh yeah. So this is such a passion project, this thing. I have never done D&D in my life, but I have done so many things that are Dungeons and Dragons adjacent. My bandmate Adam Rupp, however, is way into that stuff. So I thought, why not just try it with some of my friends and see what happens? And that led to this podcast. Yeah.
So you like walk through the movies? Like how do you is it just
I went to school. So I started college as a music major. I ended college as a creative writing major. So one of my favorite things to do is write. I've got several small projects in the work there, and it's just something I've also done since I was a kid. So it's kind of a storytelling experience. So I come up with an overall story and put my friends that are on the podcast with me in these ridiculous positions, and we don't take ourselves too seriously, and we kind of tell a story together. It's Dungeons and Dragons, which is...
Oh, I get it. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's based in the Star Wars universe, but it's, like I said, it's a passion project.
Yeah, I love that. That's really awesome. How would you describe Star Wars to someone like myself who's never... I don't know if you've seen it, Eric, but I've never seen Star Wars.
Who was not born in the 80s. Go ahead.
I know it's not space, but they are not the people with the pointy ears.
No, that's the other one.
Please, everyone, just note that Adam and I have nothing to do. Any opinions stated by Nicole right now are hers and hers only. Her socials are available at hellofriendspod.com, and that's where you should direct any of your hate mail over what she's saying.
See, I appreciate that disclaimer. See, you're on Star Trek again. The pointy ears in that is Star Trek, which I appreciate.
With you.
You're on the right track now. That's right.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
it's space.
Yeah, space fantasy. It's like magic it's not science fiction. That's Star Trek, which I also appreciate. But it's like, for me, the reason I love it so much is because I grew up with it, and it was like always so cool to know what was going on in the universe out there, and I always wanted to be those heroes, like traveling through space and fighting the bad guys. And that's what it was for me, using your magical powers, the Force, in space. So it's like the best of both worlds.
I love that. And that's the one with Baby Yoda, correct?
Yes.
I love Baby Yoda. I know there's also Yoda, which I'm guessing is Baby Yoda.
Well, they're two different characters, oddly enough. It was a misnomer, the Baby Yoda thing.
That's technically not Baby Yoda. You don't know the can of worms you just opened around.
Yeah. See, this could be a whole hour-long conversation for me, so we got to be careful. But
so Baby Yoda's not Yoda.
Baby Yoda is not Yoda.
Is it Yoda's son? Hence, is it like Yoda Jr.?
Not that we know of, but that's still a possibility, I guess. We don't know that for sure.
Oh, the plot thickens.
So when Baby Yoda comes around, the real Yoda has passed on 5 years prior to the story that people see Baby Yoda in. See, there's my nerdy side coming out.
I did not know that. Thank you for telling me that. Wow, interesting. Wow, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, okay. I wanted to not say anything and really see you go for. Like, I wanted to see how far you were going to go if I didn't save you into Star Wars.
Well, I know there's also the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
it's the shorter robot, and there's also the golden robot that's like a long human, and I don't know his name, but he's
That's pretty amazing. I don't even want to correct you. I like that so much because that's not right.
350, right, Nicole?
That's not Obi-Wan.
350.
I don't know. See, I don't know what you're saying.
I was just trying to help you with the name of the robot. See, you do it on your podcast and you're creating these stories and these Dungeons and Dragon worlds, Adam. My favorite game is to do it to Nicole live. I love how the producer is literally typing for me. It's CP30 as if I don't know. That was the joke.
So it's funny. I saw this on the internet years ago, but I tried it with a friend of mine who, like you, Nicole, has no idea who any of these Star Wars characters are. So I just showed her pictures of each character and got her to name them, and I put them up on the internet. So I think that's a game that y'all should do.
Oh gosh! No, but I was right with the one I just said, right?
Oh no!
The robot.
It's not Obi-Wan. No. Obi-Wan's a guy. I'll give you that hint. He's a human in the.
Yeah. Duh. Okay, but so just so that I'm clear, because I love this.
My mind is blown right now. I swear I'm right. I think you guys are wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong. Can we get a poll of that? No, I'm kidding. We will put the link to that below so people can go and watch that if they want to. Okay, we will put the link below this video when you guys are watching it back if you want to check that out after, because I actually think that is a genius idea. I don't want to steal it, but this could be a fun idea, just showing Nicole characters and having her pick which name they go to.
Yeah, just say what's the name of this character and see what happens. Oh, you got it.
Is that one of them?
That's one of them.
That one of them.
I don't know which one.
She's literally going to go E.T. Okay, look. So we know that is amazing that you have a podcast and that you have another outlet to be creative and expressive in. So we know you like sci-fi, you like music, but a lot of people around these parts love reality TV. Now, Are you a big reality TV person? It is okay if you are not a big reality TV person.
I am not a big reality TV person, but I will say that in this house, The Bachelor and Bachelorette gets played, and I can't help but see what's going on because it's happening.
It is my theory
right over there.
that only one person in each household likes The Bachelor or Bachelorette. That's my theory. It's only one person.
But everybody knows about it.
you get like consumed, like it just gravitationally pulls you in.
So I do kind of have a loose following. She has to associate the names for me, or like maybe not, because I don't know the people by names, but she'll say like, oh, the guy that has this weird quirk. And I'm like, oh, sure. But that I don't actively seek it out. If we didn't live together, I would never know about it.
And your fiance's name is
Sammy. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
She's a huge fan. Oh yeah, there she is.
There she is.
That was
So
our Christmas
beautiful.
picture. Since we didn't get to spend it with family this year, we had a tiny little Christmas in our apartment here.
Oh, I like that though. Like, I think I kind of like silver linings speaking.
Yeah.
That it kind of forced everybody to slow down and like stay home and focus on like the people that they like live with and they're with. And I think that's maybe a positive that came out of the year.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a helicopter overhead. There were so many silver linings from this last year. I'm the optimist, so I will always focus on those things. I mean, it was such a huge change in lifestyle for us because we usually do like 120 plus shows a year in Home Free, and that's like that's the biggest part of our year. So that took some adjusting, but it was nice to have a little more time off at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the silver linings, but also to work on other little projects and spend more time with, family and friends that are close by. So
Absolutely.
I just want to say, I mean, was I the only one who, when you were like, sorry for the helicopter noises, that I was expecting like a door to kick in, and I was like, now he's going to show us action movie. We've all
That's
been
right.
part of this the whole time. Thought we were being set up. I was very excited.
I wish I had something. I'll work something up for the next time you guys have.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just like an action music videos happening in the background.
Yeah, it'll be the unveiling of my action music video.
Love it. And speaking of your fiance, you know what's coming up this weekend?
Oh, right. Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. Isn't that
That's
so
true.
exciting?
It is and it isn't. And I don't want to, I mean, every day is like Valentine's Day for us.
Oh.
I'm not just saying that because she's in the room.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it just because she's right there?
No, I'm kind of one of those people that I love the holidays. I love Christmas. But I'm always thinking about people when I see things out on the road. If I'm at a shop or something and I see something that reminds me of someone, I will buy that for them then. I don't like having to think like, oh, it's a month away from Christmas or Valentine's Day. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
So
I get that.
my mind's more set in that. So if I ever see something for Sammy, in July, I'll buy it, whether,
Mm-hmm. But do you have any, if you can say it without her seeing, do you have any plans for Sunday?
No plans right now.
Okay. Wink.
No plans right now. I have a genius idea. And I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. Now, Nicole is single, Adam.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what we could use is someone to write creatively
Okay.
a bio for her future dating app.
Okay.
The more creative, the better, because it's been COVID and girlfriend hasn't gotten out a lot. But so he's got this. He's a creative writer and is used to dealing with aliens in space. Nicole should be simple.
See, that's something new that I've never tackled before. I'd be honored.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That is what I think needs to happen. I am determined. I always say, apparently only 99.9% of the time I tell Nicole, you be single. You don't need a man. You don't need to have babies or get married. You can be you, an independent woman, and da-da-da-da-da. It's been a long COVID together, and she needs a man.
I will do everything I can.
Out there.
Yeah.
The email, P.O. box, just write to me.
I'll do my part and spread the word.
All right, thank you. Well, we're
Talk
going
to my
to sing at the
friends.
wedding.
Thank you.
For what it's worth, and this is something that no one, probably even our fans, don't know yet, but the next two releases are love song related, so maybe that'll help. You could share those with some nicely crafted comment or caption.
Oh, I love that. I was already telling, everybody, I think it was on the podcast the other day or during a hangout show, I was saying that Die a Happy Man. I said, if somebody were to sing or play this for me, I think I'd cry. And it was your guys' cover of it. Like, I love
nice.
to, but it was your guys' cover. And I said, if someone played this for me, like, that's it. I'd be like, oh, okay.
There you go, listeners, right? There's a little hint for
That's the weight of my heart. 2 new songs, Eric. Did you hear this? Oh God, I'm so excited. But on that note, ignoring the writing creatively about my dating, whatever is happening, ignore all that. Your process. I know you were sharing with me that you had ventured to the, I'm going to pronounce it wrong again, Mojave Desert for a little bit. Like, is that like your creative space? Do you like to be like alone when you're writing or creating, or do you not mind noise around you?
It kind of depends. It's nice to step away from your environment a little bit, especially when you've been stuck in it for a year, to get creative. And I'm writing a bunch of solo music and stuff right now. And that was one of the things that I wanted to do when we went out in the desert. And we're planning on doing some more little retreats like that, but it doesn't really matter where, but somewhere that's a change of pace is always nice. So next time it could be the ocean. It could be somewhere out on the water, because I grew up on the water. I love that. That's a little bit therapeutic for me anyway. But yeah, just getting out of the city is nice too.
Right.
Love that.
If you like water, you will love Long Island.
It's true. I can appreciate this, as long as it's not too cold. If we go during the right time of year, I'm all about it.
Do not come now.
No, not now. If you come during the summer, Jones Beach, literally the stage is like in the water.
That's
It's
awesome.
gorgeous.
You sold me. Let's do it. Let's talk to the right people. Let's make it happen.
All right. I'll tell my people, my Long Island people.
There you go.
I have pull around these parts.
You have poles around you?
Pull. Like I have I don't have any.
Pull.
Yeah.
Pull. Sorry. Okay. I saw a now I lost it. I had a question from chat and now I lost it. I will find it. Don't worry. Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay. In the meantime, I wanted to ask you before we do wrap up the show, before the episode, what is next for Home Free? I know you said you guys have 2 new songs. Are you venturing out into tour territory, or because of COVID are things kind of still wonky?
They're still a little bit wonky, but we've got shows scheduled coming up that we're waiting to find out about. But based on what our team is telling us, then they know a little bit more about that stuff than we do, that at some point this year, we might be able to start returning to normal touring. And we got our fingers crossed for that. Everybody thinks by next year, full on touring should be back. But where between now and Christmas does that fall? Hopefully with vaccines going out and whatnot. So we're optimistic right now. And in the meantime, we're just going to continue releasing singles. And we've got a few other music projects that we're talking about. Since the year kind of relatively got started, the music industry always takes a nice little break until the first couple of weeks of January there. So once that creative talk started up again, we had a bunch of ideas. So we're gonna be doing something.
Outstanding. That's what we like to hear.
We're staying busy.
I love it.
Me and all my fellow home fries.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, 100%. I'm excited about new love songs.
Yeah, 2 in a row coming out very soon.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
I think
excited.
our patrons got one today, actually.
Oh, I was going to say, very soon, they will 100% be here by Valentine's Day.
Not both of them. I think one's coming out just after, but the first one should be out in time for, it might be Friday, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Usually that's what we do, but I never know anything. I'm so glad we have a team, because I just sing and let them handle everything else.
Oh,
and I'm often as surprised as the fans, our music video's out today.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I found what Nicole's job could be in your group. She'll make sure that you have an itinerary and a schedule.
Cowbell and schedules. Got it.
She will do that for you.
Perfect.
It is Valentine's Day coming up this weekend, Nicole.
Yes.
And I am on a mission to find you love.
Okay. Why you're insisting on embarrassing me so badly?
So I'm going to create a poll. I just thought of it right now. I've been reading what chat's saying. They agree. They were like, you should make a post in the Hello Friends community in the TV Co app with what's relationship advice or dating advice. And then perhaps not you specifically, Nicole. I'm sorry, I read this wrong, Nicole. What they want is just to give information that maybe you could use on the podcast to help other people. And then if there's anything you want to take home for you, you're welcome to it. We didn't mean it was specifically about you, so make sure those questions are for Nicole when you write them, but that's not what we mean.
I would take them home for free. See what I said there? So, as somebody who does have a fiance, we've asked a lot of our guests this recently.
Yeah.
What's your best advice in a relationship, or pursuing a relationship, or moving forward with a relationship?
I mean, it's going to sound cliche at first, but I think it's just being yourself and being open, because I think that's the key to staying with someone long term. You have to be on, like, no matter what, be on the same team, like, because there are going to be days where you get aggravated or upset eventually, and you have to remember that at the end of the day, you're on the same team. So just keep an open line of communication.
Okay.
It's
Be an open book.
Communication. I agree. It is definitely communication.
Because I'm honestly an introvert, and I grew up in the middle of the woods. I grew up down a 2-mile dirt road, and I have sisters, but they had moved out. So I was ultimately an only child. And I grew up like, I'm fine kind of in solitude. And it took me a long time as I became an adult to be able to open up and communicate with people, what I was feeling, because that's just not something that I did a whole lot growing up. So I can tell you how important it is. There's nothing, that's number one, I think.
Oh, wow.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the dating part of the show. No, I think I saw that I don't communicate. I guess I'm more so I get defensive.
Sure.
Very quickly, if that makes sense. I deflect very quickly.
I mean, I would never say that ever, Nicole. There might be a waiter that disagrees, but I would never say that about you. So here's the thing, Nicole. I think that we can have Adam help come up with some sort of a profile for you. In the profile, we're going to put Home Free's new song as like currently listening to Way to My Heart. Show me that you downloaded the song here. And that puts you to the top of my list.
And then sign a petition to get them to Jones Beach.
Perfect.
Right.
It's a whole
all
process.
Working out perfect. Yeah.
I like this. Yeah. Good.
You're going to find, you're going to have a date show up, and we're going to do a show. It's going to be the perfect night.
And then the movie after the show is Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, it's a TV show. It's a movie. It's all of
the above. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a movie.
Perfect night.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then karaoke afterwards.
Yes. And then karaoke where we have to figure out our trio.
3-part song.
3-part.
Yeah.
Who's a trio? Like a Dixie Chick type of thing, or a Destiny's Child,
Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting some good ones, but we'll have time to figure it out, I think.
I love it.
Yes.
Best day ever.
It is. It is the best day ever. Well, Adam, where do you want people to follow you on social media?
You can find me at pretty much every social media at the Adam Chance. And if that's too difficult for the technically gifted people out there, you can just go to theadamchance.com and go from there.
Love it.
Okay, and what do you want to say to people that came out to watch you live tonight across social media, or people that will be listening to this podcast or watching this video back later? What do you want to say to your fans and the fans of Home Free?
Well, I'd say I'm forever grateful for folks for following along, and we have some of the best fans in the world. They're so supportive, and thanks to the Hello Friends fans who may not know about Home Free. Hopefully there's something that we do out there that you'll enjoy. And for everybody, just stay positive. I feel like this is going to be a much better year than last year. We're all in it together.
We are. I love that. Well, we thank you on behalf of the Hello Friends community, of course, on behalf of myself. Thank you for taking time out of your day to chat with us. We're not going to end yet. We are going to head over in to the Hello Friends community for a little bit of an after show. But before we wrap this show up, Nicole, on the Facebooks and Twitches and Twitters and Instagrams, I just want to say, don't forget, everyone, hellofriendspod.com/find us live is where you can find all of our socials. We will put the links to everything under this show. A 5-star rating and a nice review is always appreciated if you are downloading the podcast version of the show. And of course, you can take part in our posts and polls and the interactive features of these shows only in the Hello Friends community in the free TV co-op. Nicole,
Yes.
that being said, I'm going to give you final thoughts.
I know. Final thoughts. I just have to say, Adam, you are such a down-to-earth, calming person, and as somebody who, not nervous but excited coming into the show, you very much calm me down, and it's been a pleasure talking with you and hearing about your journey and your story and just everything. You're wonderful.
Well, thanks so much for having me. And if it means anything, you wouldn't know that you were feeling that way.
Oh, thanks. I'm sweaty.
Love it. We will see all of you guys back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for just a live regular podcast recording, which will then be available for you guys the following day as well. And the podcast version of this show will be up as well tomorrow too. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everybody.
And they're both fighting for our bae's attention. They want the date so bad.
What? You gotta go with your own heart.
I don't like this person. I don't like anything that they're doing right now.
How would you rate Dom's physical appearance?
Anything can happen.
And make sure you tune in. Subscribe. Go do it.